100 foot of rope, 2.5 inch barrel, 4 foot long. Okay, this is 100 foot of rope, 100 psi, same as the other shot, 2-inch barrel. Hey there YouTube, I'm going to be checking out some air cannons today. What I've got here is a standard air cannon. Pretty much look on YouTube or Google search it, you'll see all kinds of stuff about them. What I'm using here, this is a 3-inch pressure chamber, 2 foot long. Your standard bicycle automotive tire type Schrader valve. Pressure gauge, definitely good to have one of these so you can tell how many psi is in the chamber. If you got 50 psi, your projectile is only going to go half as far as 100 psi would. 3-inch to 2-inch reducer, two 2-inch 90-degree elbows glued together, and on this particular model I've got it reduced from 2-inch down to 1 into a modified sprinkler valve. Pretty simple to do, took me 5 minutes. Pop the cap, punch a hole in the center here, fill these holes in with epoxy, and away you go. Then bring it back up to 2 inches, and then what I have here is a 2-inch female adapter, and my barrels are threaded in. They're glued in to a 2-inch male adapter, but I can thread them in and out. In this specific case, this air cannon is made and designed as a rope gun. Seen some videos on there, you can use it to shoot, trying to take a tree branch down or something like that, or you need to get a rope up high for some reason. Some applications you could use it in rescue if you had someone other side of a river or ravine or something like that. It's just a good way to throw rope. That rope there is just your standard 1/4 inch, just like clothesline cord, I guess is what they call it. You can get it at Lowe's. This is 100 foot. Get it at Lowe's, Menards, Home Depot, farm stores, pretty much anywhere. What I've modified this gun here is, what you have here is basically like a hitch pin. And what you do is you take your rope and you feed your rope in the barrel around an arbor. Now I'll show you what the arbor is, if I can find the arbor that I use. Well, as you can see here, I've got different barrels. There's a 3-inch with a 2-inch reducer on it, male adapter. I can just thread it right in, and I've got a 3-inch barrel. This one here is 1.5 inches. That one there is a 2.5-inch barrel. It's just different sizes do different things. Now in this case, what I have here is a 2-inch barreled gun. And when you're designing these for a rope gun, if you're using like this 1/4 inch cord like I'm using, what you want to do is use an arbor. What you do is you take your rope, and in this case it's still attached at the end of the barrel there. I'll show you how to do that. If I already fired your rope, you pull the pin, take that out, and boom, the end of the rope comes out. You can tie this in to rescued rope or whatnot, and the person on the other side of wherever it is you're trying to get to can just pull it through. To fill this, what you do is you basically take what's called like an arbor. This is a 2-inch barrel, and I've discovered in my trials that you take whatever barrel you use an arbor that is 1 inch smaller in diameter depending on the type of rope that you're using. In this case, this stuff here, once you put a wrap or two around the barrel, around the arbor, it actually fills the barrel up quite nicely. You can see that in there a little bit. It pretty much goes right around there, and when you wrap all this rope around your arbor and you slide the whole apparatus in there, get it tucked down in there, get your connection back at the end back here, get your pin back in through your slip knot, and you just grab the rope and just pull the arbor out, pushing the rope in, and just leave the rope in. Works out pretty well for me. This is a 2-inch barrel, 3 foot long. It will only get about 100 foot of that cord in it. It's pretty tight. Any more than that, and it's going to be, you're not going to be able to fit your projectile in the end of the tube. Now on my initial model that I made over here, same setup. Did a couple little different things here. Instead of using a Schrader valve, I used a 1/4 inch shut-off valve with an air chuck type connection, so I could just hook it straight up to an air compressor, open this, fill the chamber up, and I do have a pressure gauge on the other side here. But I can open this, fill the chamber up to whatever pressure I want, close this, and I've still got air supply attached to it. So if I want to launch one in a hurry and reset and do another one, all I have to do is open this, fill it, and close it back up, and I'm back in business. I don't have to wait, keep reconnecting, disconnecting. I just as long as I've got an air supply attached to it, I can get pressure out of it. On this version, I modified a 2-inch ball valve. I didn't really modify it. It's only rated at 150 psi. At least that's what the label says on the side of it there. This is just a standard 2-inch ball valve. It is a little bit of a chore to try and turn. It does take a little bit, especially get some pressure behind it to try and just quick dump it. The nice thing about it is this is all 2-inch. It doesn't neck down to 1-inch like the other version does, but it is a lot bigger. It is a lot harder to activate and open the valve. Same setup here, female, male, and in this case a 2.5-inch, 4-foot long barrel with the same setup as before. Just have the pin with the rope in it. The 2.5-inch barrel will actually, 2.5-inch barrel at 4 foot, I'm able to get about 200 foot of the same 1/4-inch cord there down this barrel. So it is nice that you can throw a little bit further with it. I mean, 100 foot's pretty standard, but if for some reason you got to reach longer, you can. Again, you can load 2 or 3 of these barrels since they're interchangeable. You can load and have these all preset. Make 2 or 3 of these, preset them with rope in them. Put one with 100 foot, one with 200 foot, and set them aside. All my other barrels I use for playing with other stuff. So launching old medication bottles or just going out to the gun range and just having some fun with it. And again, with the arbor thing, this is a 2.5-inch barrel, so you would use an 1.5-inch piece of PVC as an arbor, and I can get 200 foot of rope in that barrel. It's a little tight, but it does work. As you saw in the test there, they both shot 100 foot at 100 psi, no problem. It looked a little weird, but it did, it did stretch the rope out to 100 foot. The only other thing I could think would be maybe coat the rope, maybe powder it somehow and run it through some kind of a like baby powder or something. So if it sits in the barrel for an extended time, if you're going to use it, that it doesn't maybe stick together. Kind of keep it clean, things of that nature. So there it is, a 2.5-inch rope gun and a 2-inch rope gun using a modified sprinkler valve.